So we have been invited to a panel where I was in the company of 3 other companies which are part of the value chain. So we are BASF, a chemical company, active in many different segments, but in this case, a provider of food ingredients. So we produce chemicals, normally from natural sources, that are used by the food and feed industry for their formulations. And in the same panel, we had also a manufacturer of machines for this food industry, and also a producer of plant-based protein, and a so-called integrator. So a company that takes all these ingredients and machines and proteins to make the final product. So what we have been discussing is how we, in each stage of the value chain, contribute to making this plant-based industry a growing industry. So I have made clear that we at BASF have been active in this space for many decades. We have been producing this kind of additives for formulations in our operations for many years, and now we just realized that now is the big moment for this plant-based emergency, because of many trends that we just see out there in the market. So consumers have become much more aware of their health, so they look really at the labels. They want to understand the ingredients, they want to understand all these codes and the fancy names behind the ingredients. They really want to eat clean, so they want to really move away from things that they think damage their health. We also have the rise of Flexitarianism, so this tendency to just move away from, but not just, let's say, cut totally, but move away from consuming a lot of meat, a lot of fish, through plant-based alternatives. Because of health, because of environmental concerns, and because of animal welfare. So BASF is now in the position to really serve these markets. We have been establishing very good partnerships with suppliers in different parts of the world that provide us with the raw materials that we need to use to produce these ingredients. So we have several lines of products, like for instance the so-called Shangold Lutein Esters, which are obtained from marigold flowers. So it's a product that is obtained from flowers, and which is very beneficial for eye health, for instance. We also have, for instance, products that are certified to reduce the cholesterol level, like Vega Pure, and this is certified by EFSA, by the agency responsible for the certifications, and they are used also for functional foods and dietary supplements. We also have, for instance, let me say, also this beta-10. Beta-10 are natural beta carotenoids, which are obtained also from natural sources, from algae, which are used as colorants. So they are used to give yellow shades to food, and in this respect they are used for dietary supplements and functional foods. So we have a range of products that can be used in conjunction with the main source of protein as part of these final products that are brought to the customer. And we try to really partner up with our customers. So we try to understand their needs, and then try to also support them with our formulation expertise. Because when you move from animal-based proteins to plant-based proteins, there might be some compromises in terms of nutritional value or taste and flavor. So we ensure with our formulations that this is not the case. So we really try to join forces with them to provide them with also environmental information, like for instance the carbon footprint of our products, so that the final product is really sustainable and also attractive for the customer. In terms of how the industry is changing, we see a big change. So the plant-based trend is here to stay. We see that in all the trade fairs that we have been part of. Consumers are really looking at labels. They really want to understand what they eat. And the plant-based trend is unstoppable. It's undeniable. We see in developed countries a decrease of the consumption of meat, whereas in developing countries there is a rise of consumption of meat because people can afford it more and more, but also the emergence of plant-based alternatives, because it's going to be impossible to feed animal-based food to all these emerging populations. So I think there is a very interesting balance, a very interesting challenge that we have to all manage, And BASF is ready to really accompany this transition, doing the best job we can for this industry based on plant-based products.